Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope it's a fun day or whenever you happen to be watching this. Thanks so much for cruising on through. Going to be doing a little bit of a Skol Sunday today, I guess one would call it. Going to talk a little bit Minnesota Vikings. They have a new general manager, everybody. Okay, time to freak out. I'm also going to go through the Vikings schedule, the 2026 schedule. I'm just going to do win or losses, just straight looking at the schedule with no research whatsoever. And then the NBA finals are set. It's going to be the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. Former Minnesota Timberwolf, Karl Anthony Towns, going to be playing in the championship. So we'll see how that goes. And then let's see what else. Oh, there's some in typical Vikings fashion, there's some like quarterback, drama or steam that was kind of drumming itself up this week. So probably just going to go over that a little bit. Just a heads up for everybody too. This coming Saturday / next Saturday, June 6th, I think it's going to be June 6th. Let me double check my calendar. June 6th. So this coming Saturday, I am going to be on with Kyle and Darren from Purple Dopes with Hopes, their podcast. If you haven't subscribed to their channel, please do so. I'm not exactly sure if we're going live or it's going to be pre-recorded and then they're going to post it on their channel later. Not sure about that, but I am going to be chatting with them this coming Saturday, the 6th. So look out for that. I did put their channel in the description of this video, so check it on out and definitely go subscribe if you have yet to do so. They talk all things Vikings over there. All right, what else? I can't believe I didn't start with this. Happy post full moon. It's a blue moon. It happened, or it peaked about 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Central Time. So we're post full moon right now, but you can still feel the effects. The full moons, their completions and endings. It was in the sign of Sagittarius. So the moon was opposite the sun in Gemini. Happy Gemini season to all the Geminis out there too. And I hope everybody had a nice full moon, or, you're feeling the effects in a good way. And the blue moon is when we have 2 full moons in a month. So that's what makes it kind of rare and special. And Sagittarius is associated with, traveling, exploring, higher learning. And it's Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the greater benefic planet, and Jupiter and Venus, the lesser benefic planet, are about to come together in the sky. I think they go together exact on June 9th, a week from this coming Tuesday. So both the benefic planets coming together in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, so maybe feeling emotions, but in a good way. Maybe having to do a little bit more with like motherhood and home and maternal feeling. But hopefully that brings some blessings for everybody here coming up with Venus and Jupiter coming together. And I am live on all my channels right now, I guess besides Instagram, but I am on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm also live on TikTok right now too. So thanks again, everybody, for swinging on through whenever you happen to be checking this out. I did want to, since the NBA finals now are set, before I get into some Viking stuff, I did just want to pull up the astrological chart for game 7. OKC versus the San Antonio Spurs, which was last night. Obviously, the Spurs got the victory, and they were up by I think it was 18, 14, 15 points at one point in time. And at about halftime, OKC got within, I think, 1, or they were kind of tied up. But the Spurs did end up getting the victory, obviously, to move on to the finals. They won 111-103, I think was the final score on that. So going to get some NBA action. I think the first playoff game is set for Wednesday. I just looked it up. Where did it go? Yes, it's Wednesday. So I'm going to try to do some predictions for the NBA finals. The last prediction that I did, or posted prediction rather, was Minnesota and San Antonio. That was game 5, and that was a couple of weeks ago. So that was May 12th. I had the San Antonio Spurs winning that game by 22 points, and they ended up winning by 29 points. The final score was San Antonio 126 and Minnesota 97. So that was my last posted prediction that I did. Hoping to jump back on now that the NBA finals are going on. So I'll at least do, I'm hoping, a couple of predictions for the NBA finals. But it's been a couple of weeks since I posted a prediction. But yeah, that was the last one I did, was game 5 for San Antonio and the Timberwolves. And San Antonio is still playing, but the Timberwolves obviously are not. So I'm going to share the chart for last night's game, game 7, OKC and the Spurs. Let me see if I can get it on TikTok too. Let me see. No, I can. I just have to do it. Let's see. I should have had this set beforehand, actually. Ooh, I don't like how that looks. That's better than nothing. I don't like the way that looks on TikTok, but I think I just kind of have to leave it for right now. Alrighty. So this is the chart for last night, and then I'm going to share on YouTube and Twitch too. Let me make sure I got the right chart pulled up. I just wanted to go over this. Obviously, we know the final score and the outcome, that San Antonio won the game, but I just wanted to go over it really quickly just to kind of point out what it was, because I always go through the charts afterwards too. I did have this pulled up yesterday and I was looking at it. Obviously, I didn't post a prediction about it, but I did look at the chart. So for last night's game, Oklahoma, or the Thunder, I guess, OKC, they were ruled by Venus last night. All right. And Venus, right off the jump, for a team being ruled by one of the benefic planets, I really like that. Normally it does bode well. And Venus, like I said earlier, is right next to the greater benefic planet Jupiter. And those two are going to come together and be right on top of one another next week. And I think it's the 9th, June 9th, around that time. But they'll be kind of close together for a couple of days. So last night, OKC was ruled by Venus, which I did like for them straight out the gate, just looking at the chart. Not to mention the fact that Venus, again, one of the benefic planets, being right next to Jupiter, the other benefic. I'm like, whoa, okay, OKC, that looks good for you when I first peeped at the chart. And then it's kind of cut off on TikTok. I do not like the way this looks on there, but I'm just going to have to keep rolling with it. And for the Spurs, they were co-ruled last night by Mars and Pluto. And Mars does really well when it comes to sports and games and athletics. And for the San Antonio Spurs, their other ruler was Pluto. Pluto is retrograde right now. So right there, I was like, that's a little iffy for the Spurs. I like that they were ruled by Mars. And Mars was in San Antonio's 6th house. That's the house where Mars finds its joy. So I did like that for the Spurs. But their other ruler being Pluto, and Pluto being retrograde, I'm like, I don't know if I like that so much for the Spurs. Now, what I also thought was really interesting for last night for OKC and the Spurs was not only was the full moon incoming, so the full moon was exact about 3 a.m. Central Time. So it didn't happen exactly during the game, but it was building up, and both teams had a luminary in their first house. So the first house is the team itself. Now, for OKC, they had the sun in their first house. And then for the Spurs, they had the moon in their first house. So both of the luminaries in action. And it was so fitting, too, that it was game 7 last night, because the full moons are associated with endings and completions, and the fact that one of the team's seasons was gonna end last night. I mean, you don't even have to write it. It's just like already happening, right? So I just found that to be like super fitting that both teams had the sun or the moon in their first house. And the full moon was incoming, finalizing, completing. And again, one of the team seasons was over last night, and it happened to be OKC. And I do believe a lot of that was not only, again, because OKC, they had both benefics on their side. They were ruled by Venus. Venus is right next to Jupiter. Jupiter co-ruled how OKC showed out on a public level last night. But the San Antonio Spurs obviously got the win and they got the victory. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact that Mars, one of the rulers for San Antonio, was in its house of its joy. And that Mars does well when it comes to sports and games and athletics. And for Pluto, the other ruler of San Antonio, even though Pluto is retrograde and that can, make a planet, or the team for San Antonio be a little bit off, kind of reassessing things. But Pluto was in line with the moon. The moon was in good communication with Pluto. The moon was in San Antonio's first house. The moon was working towards being full, which again is a completion and an ending. And Pluto is the planet of upheaval and destruction. So the San Antonio Spurs had the moon in their first house working towards its fullness, its completion, causing OKC's season to end. Pluto coming in the mix there too will uproot, transformation. So there we go. San Antonio Spurs use that full moon energy to end OKC's season and move themselves, transition themselves into the NBA Finals. So I just feel like that was super fitting. And the chart itself just really reflected that. Another thing when I was looking at this chart for the Spurs that was a little concerning to me was that they were dealing with Saturn in their fifth house of how they play their game. And Saturn is the greater malefic planet. It can really slow things down and it can bring a delay and a blockage. But Victor Wembanyama was born during Capricorn season, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn, aka Wemby, really had a lot to do with, and not surprising because, he's their most popular, their best player. But Wemby and the Saturnness of it all, because he was born during Capricorn season and Saturn in San Antonio's fifth house, they put a stop to OKC. They put a blockage for OKC to move on and move forward. And Saturn will reward if you put in the time and the effort. So I just think all of those things came into play for the Spurs last night. And again, both teams had, OKC had the sun in their first house, and the Spurs had the moon in their first house. And the full moon is when the sun and the moon are opposite one another. And the moon usually is way more amplified during a full moon. And the fact that the full moon was rising in San Antonio's first house of themselves as a team, full moons again associated with completions and endings. That full moon energy, basically just closed out OKC's season. It's done. It's over. And again, with the Pluto of it all, the transformation, moving the Spurs into the finals. So I was like, okay, there we go. So that's kind of my little wrap up post game after OKC and the San Antonio Spurs game 7. And I think the final score was 111 to 103. So, but for a while there, I watched mainly like the first half. And just straight out the jump, like San Antonio pretty much had all of the energy, and then OKC was like playing catch up. But they got the victories. So, we'll have to see what's in store for the finals for the Knicks and the Spurs. And I think they're playing game 1 in San Antonio. Looks like Wednesday, June 3rd, excuse me, at 7:30. So that is game one. It looks like it's going to be on ABC. So I'll try to pop in for that, and or at least, if I don't pop on, do a prediction and post the prediction for that one. So I would like to challenge myself to do predictions for all of the NBA finals games, however many there may be. So I'm going to try to hold myself to that. And because, it's been a minute since I posted my last one. That was when the Timberwolves were still playing, and they have been on the off season for a while now. So anyway, all right, we got our NBA finals teams all set. So we got that going. Now, I also wanted to talk some Vikings. Skol Sunday, people. I swear the Vikings are always in the news. It doesn't even matter because the NFL is kind of pretty much like taken over. So let's see here. I'm going to take this off now because we already went over that. So, okay. Now, let me go through the Viking schedule here. It did come out a while ago, so I'm kind of late to the party, but as I've done for the last couple of years, I literally just go through one by one and, okay, I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to lose this game. And during the season too, I will do the astrology predictions when the time comes to it. But I usually just go through the schedule once when it comes out and just pick winners or losers, just straight up looking at the games, and that's it. And oddly enough, because the Vikings are always going to Viking, they always end up being 9-8 or whatever, kind of middle of the road. It usually kind of ends up that way. So let's go through that. And then, Vikings got a new GM, and then just some JJ McCarthy and Kyler Murray drama, but not really drama, but the Vikings have a way, or, social media, the news has a way of kind of amplifying anything that's going on right now. So, and since the NFL, they're just doing the OTAs right now, not mandatory, voluntary or whatever, we're kind of grasping at straws when it comes to NFL news and stuff like that. So let's go through. So week one, Vikings are going to be hosting the evil to the east, the Green Bay Packers. Okay. And two, we don't really know who the starting quarterback is going to be for the Vikings, but I have a little feeling that it's probably going to be Kyler Murray. A lot of you already know how I feel about the JJ McCarthy situation. And since we're talking about the little cherub, the little angel baby, let me play some angel music for us. Okay, we got our JJ McCarthy music. I'm gonna have to try to find a soundbite for Kyler Murray. Maybe I'll have to use a a video game sounder or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out when the season comes. But all right, Evil to the East and the Vikings is gonna be at 3:25 on Sunday, September 13th. I mean, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice and say that the Vikings are going to win that one because it's going to be the first game of the season, all the amplification, all the excitement, at the Bird Graveyard, aka US Bank Stadium. So we'll say we, the collective, me, whatever. I'll say that I'm going to give them the win. So I'm making a little tally here. So now let's go to week two. All right. Now, Vikings are going to be at the Bears for week 2, Sunday, September 20th. I'm going to say the Vikings are going to lose that game. The Bears have this momentum, right? Which is kind of weird because they haven't in a while. And there's some drama going on in Chicago too because they're trying to move to Indiana or something like that. But all right. Okay. And thanks again, everybody, for joining. Thanks for liking, and thanks for just stopping on by and hanging out. Appreciate it. Be cool. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's super nice. All right. All the tapping, all the likes, and just hanging out or checking it out. That's cool to me. I like it. Thank you. But I appreciate all the love. Thanks. Now, let's go to week 3. Okay. Tampa Bay. All right. This is going to be mid-afternoon game for the Vikings, all right? Now, Tampa Bay, they were kind of hit or miss last year too. They had a little bit of a run, and then it was kind of tank town for them. I'm going to say that at Tampa. I'm going to say Tampa's going to win that one. So right now I have the Vikings at 1-2 heading into week 4. So week 4, they're going to be hosting the Miami Dolphins. Miami, the Dolphins are kind of just staying under the surface. Okay. So I'm going to say that the Vikings are going to get the victory there. So they're currently even Steven there. Now we're already into October. It's going to be week 5, and the Vikings are going to Nolens. All right. They're going to be playing the Saints on October 11th at high noon. Thanks for the repost, Obi Cool. Thank you. Appreciate all that tapping you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If I could tap, people that are hosting, if we could tap a thank you, we should be able to do that. I wonder if I can like my own stream. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, I guess I can. I can like my own stuff. All right. I'm gonna say, that could have potential for being a good game. Okay, between the Saints and the Vikings week 5. I'm gonna give that one to the Saints. Even though they're kind of but you never know, right? You never know. And it's week 5. So much changes in the NFL from week to week. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Survivor. I'm a huge Survivor fan, but that game changes so quickly in the matter of a couple of hours. So it's with the NFL, it's stuff can change day by day, week by week, just tremendously. So we don't know. So again, this is just a cold prediction, making picks off of a piece of paper, basically a digital piece of paper that's online. So I'm on thevikings.com, by the way, /schedule. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm not sharing this over here. Let me share. I don't have it ready to make it my background on TikTok, but that's all right. Okay, let's keep it moving here. Currently, I have the Vikings sitting at 2-3. Week 6, they are going to get a bye, all right? It's a little bit of an early bye. As a fan, I do not mind that at all. Just the selfishness of it all, just because it's get the bye out of there, okay? And then we'll just be all laser focused in. But, I mean, for the players, shoot, they probably want multiple buys. And I wonder if they, continually add more games and make this season longer. I wonder if they're going to add in more bye weeks too. I can only imagine they maybe would. Man, seriously, you guys, someday soon, the NFL is literally just going to be year round. They're probably going to get a month break or something like that. But pretty soon we're headed that direction, that it's going to be all year round. Okay. I think if the NFL could do that right now, they definitely would, right? And the thing is, they're already talked about so much, even in the off season. So when it comes to sports, at least in the US anyway, it's football is sitting on the throne there. So probably not in our lifetime. You don't think so? Really? I feel like it's going to be soon, but maybe you could be right. Yeah, because it did take them a little while just to even add another game or whatever. But yeah, you could be right, definitely. All right, week 7, Indianapolis Colts. They're coming to town, all right, on 10/25. So that's going to be right around Halloween. So maybe we're going to see some costumes. That might be kind of fun. I'm going to say the Colts are going to win that one, all right? I don't even know. Don't they have a young quarterback? Is it Anthony Richardson that's the quarterback of the Colts? I can't remember. I'm going to have to do my research, once the season starts. So anyway, thanks for all the likes, Obi Cool. Thank you. That's so nice. Now, here we go, people. We started off strong, all right, with the Evil to the East, week 1, the Bears, week 2, right? The NFC North, the matchups. All right, now week 8. Vikings are going to be hosting the Motor City Kitties. It's going to be at high noon on November 1st. All right. Maybe we'll still see some. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. 100%. Very good. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Appreciate it. All right. Maybe we'll still see some Halloween costumes because it's going to be the day after Halloween. It's going to be November 1st, week 8. I'm going to give that one to Detroit. Okay. Right now, I have the Vikings sitting at 2 wins and 5 losses. So we'll just keep it moving. And then week 9, Josh Allen and company are going to be coming to town. This is going to be a Monday night game, November 9th. It's going to be at 7:15-ish Central Time. Vikings hosting the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to give that one to Buffalo. I could see the Vikings winning that one. I mean, I could see that. Because what was it a couple of years ago? Wasn't that when the Vikings came back after like being down like 30 points or something to beat Buffalo? I swear that's what it was, but too long ago. All right, moving on to week 10. We're in mid-November here, and the Vikings are going to be going to Green Bay. Now, I said Minnesota was going to open the season with a victory, and right now, my little like fake schedule here, I have the Vikings sitting at 2-6, which is kind of pathetic. All right. Now, at Green Bay, I'm going to say that they're going to lose that one too. Prove me wrong. That's what I say as a Vikings fan. Like, I'm a skeptical Skoler, okay? Like, I want the team to do well, but I'm going to call it how I see it. And again, we're just looking at a virtual piece of paper right now. We're just looking at the schedule and going off that. I know, very pessimistic. I knew I was going to get one of those, right? But then when they do better, that's going to be all the more exciting, right? But yeah, so far, I think in all the years that I've been doing this is like the worst record that I've given them so far. But you know what? Prove me wrong, Minnesota. Prove me wrong, okay? And then I'll shut up. But until then, and you know what? Maybe Kyler Murray will take the game controller and, send the Viking ship just completely sailing. That definitely could be the case. I mean, we don't know. And again, things can change so quickly that you never really know what's going to happen. But yeah, it's fun to make the predictions, right? Because right now it's just kind of like a grab bag. Like, all right, let's look at this and say, I think you're going to win. I think you're going to lose. But the majority of you know this by now. But if you don't know, since I started doing the astrology predictions on my channel a few years ago, like when the game comes up, that's what I go by. Like I put the fandom to the side. Call of Duty is banned. Is that his game of choice? Is that what it was? Like, I can't remember. I know that it's the whole video game thing, but no Call of Duty. That might have to be the soundbite that I grab for Kyler Murray during the season when we do the streams. I might have to do some sort of like Call of Duty thing. I've never played that game. I know of it, but I might have to find some sort of like soundbite for that. That can be Kyler Murray's special sound because they got the special sounds. But I, like, as a Vikings fan, and JJ McCarthy, he was born in the year of the horse. We're currently in a horse year. So I feel like this could be of all times where he could take off. Like, it could be this year. And the fact that it sounds like the Vikings are like, you can't sit with us anymore. Even though we wanted you to begin with, you're going to have to go sit your butt down over there. Okay, Kyler Murray's in the house now. Because it doesn't really seem like there's actual, like, competition going on. That's funny. But I could be wrong. If I were on the Vikings or if I was their astrologer, I would heavily encourage to let the battle begin between the quarterbacks. Like, let them battle it out. Like, okay, if JJ happens to be, surprisingly to everybody, happens to be the better quarterback out of the two of them, the Vikings are still going to look good because they brought him, they drafted him, right? Because a lot of it is like the Vikings, the organization, whoever actually makes the decisions, Kevin O'Connell, okay, Nolan, whatever his name is, the new GM. Like, at the end of the day, they just don't want to look stupid. That's my opinion. Oh, be cool, you agree? Thank you. Like minds. All right. So it's like, it's a win-win for them. If they do let the quarterbacks battle it out, it's a win-win, okay? And especially for Kevin O'Connell, because we know damn well he was the main reason why J.J. McCarthy was drafted, okay, and why he was brought on. Like, even though Kwesi is no longer the GM, like, I'm sorry, I've went over this so many times. Kwesi was brought in he was a numbers guy. He was just crunching numbers, okay? That was his job. So the fact that they went with McCarthy, I think Kevin O'Connell had a lot to do with that, okay? The national media hates JJ though, but they also hated Darnold. Exactly. And look what Darnold did, right? Like, put your money where your mouth is and proving everybody wrong. Yeah. And, maybe that's, even though there's like hate or whatever, people are going to always have haters, right? There's always going to be haters for everybody. That could be, that could help propel JJ like even more to like try to prove people wrong, right? So, yeah, that's true. It's like there's always going to be somebody that has a problem or that doesn't like you or whatever it is, So, and yeah, man, because JJ McCarthy too. If I remember his astrology correctly, I know he was born. His sun sign is Aquarius. So who he is at his core, like the ruler of his ego is Aquarius, and they're very new wave thinkers. Aquarius energy is like future oriented. And if I remember correctly, I think JJ McCarthy is a Leo moon. So the moon rules our private self, our emotions, how we internalize things, our feelings. And Leo energy, from what I've noticed and what I've studied, Leos, they are ruled by the sun. So the spotlight just follows them wherever they go, whether they like it or not. And a lot of Leo placements or people that have heavy Leo energy, depending, to each their own, because everybody's got their own personal chart to them. Leo energy does not like to be embarrassed, right? They like to have fun, and there's this childlike energy. I think JJ loves the hate. I think he might too. Yeah, and I think he might use it to help propel himself as well. And I mean, why not? At this point, you're already getting the hate, right? Just use it to your advantage. Try to push yourself forward and try to prove people wrong. But I think the Leo in him, his Leo moon, is embarrassed by the hate too. And I don't know what the rest of his chart is. I would love to look at that. I would need to know what time he was born, but and his sun and his moon sign are opposite one another. So he was born around a full moon too, which is it's about completions and finalizations too. But being born around a full moon is very, very powerful. So we'll have to see what JJ McCarthy does with that. Again, I really think that the team should let him battle it out, because I could just see him kind of going off somewhere else and it clicking, it coming together, because he's still so young that he does need to mature a little bit. But his sun sign, Aquarius, the traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn. And Saturn is a slow go to the top. Saturn, you have to be disciplined, okay? You have to kind of like follow the rules. Astrology, I can dig it. I'm a Leo too. Oh, you were born during Leo season? So oh, be cool. Thank you. Finger heart. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you for those gifts. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All the taps and all the love. Thank you. And, but yeah, Leo again is very powerful. So who you are at your core, your ego is Leo energy, which again, being ruled by the sun is so powerful. And there is this like childlike energy and this wanting to entertain or be entertained, childlike energy that, that comes with Leo, and being very creative. And a lot of Leo placements find themselves in the spotlight and in entertainment or sports or whatever it is, or, they kind of steal the spotlight whenever they enter a room, just because it's natural. It's like this gravitational pull that comes with Leo energy, heavy Leo energy. Again, depending on where you have it in your chart. And then Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the signs that are ruled by the sun and the moon are just very powerful in themselves, because, we see the sun and the moon, like the sun is our life force, right? And then the moon gives us light at nighttime. So anyway, there you go. Very good. Yeah. So, and we all have all the zodiac signs within us somewhere, in each of our charts. And so, yeah, we have it all within us. But all right. And let's keep it moving. So I have the Vikings sitting at 2-7 right now. Okay. So now we're going into week 11. All right. So this is going to be a Sunday night game. Sunday, November 22nd. This is going to be 7:20-ish affair. The Vikings are going to be, I like those emojis. The Vikings are going to be hosting the 49ers. Oh, people. Again, so much is going to happen. I mean, so much is going to happen. But this is, again, we're just flying by the seat of our pants. I'm going to have the Vikings losing that one. Okay. So at this point in week 11, I only have the Vikings winning 2 games, which this is like the worst. Literally every season that I have done this on the lives, just going through the schedule when it's released and just making, fun predictions. I think every year I pretty much have them being like 9-7, 9-8 when it moved to 17 games. So pretty much like middle of the road. But like I said, Vikings proved me wrong. Okay. All right. Now we're getting into week 12 here. Week 12, the Falcons are going to be coming to the Bird Graveyard. Oh my God, speaking of Pizza Ranch, boy, Kirk Cousins is in our quarterback. I know, right? He's not in Atlanta anymore. He's with the Raiders now, but oh my gosh. That was, I don't want to say that was torture, but like as somebody that thought the whole Kirk Cousins thing was a waste of time from day one, that was like 6 seasons of just, why? And then there was talk about wanting to bring him back here? No, we got rid of him finally. Like I knew damn well that was going to amount to nothing, right? But I mean, I have said this so many times that Kirk Cousins has to have the best agent in the league by far because he bamboozled the Vikings not once but twice. Okay. And then he went to Atlanta and he got even more money. So, I mean, I forget what his agent's name is. I have looked it up, but Kirk Cousins, your agent, whoever you are, okay? Best in the league, I think. So, I mean, Kirk, he knows how to get that money. He does. And, he would make a really good, like, motivational speaker, I think, or like a politician because he just has that, thanks, Big Jules. Appreciate the like. Thanks, guys. He just has that way to say what, he thinks everybody wants to hear. He's got that nice smile and teeth and, nice guy. He's not going to like ruffle any feathers. But I'm sorry for at least when Kirk Cousins was with the Vikings, checking down on a 4th and 8 when the season is on the line. That is a microcosm of who he is as a player. Like when push comes to shove, he's going to cower like a frightened little turtle. Okay. He's just that's just how it goes. Okay? Because he's already got his money. Like, what does he care? He don't care. He doesn't care about winning a championship or whatever. Oh my God, the 4th and 8. I know. Seriously, right there, you check down on a 4th and 8 when the season's on the line. Like, you can just chuck it into the air. Like, who cares? Just try, and then that's what you do? No! Get out of here. I'm sorry. Oh! And, like, you can go back to when Kirk Cousins was signed on with the Vikings, and it was the Three Stooges, okay? It was Rick Spielman, Kirk Cousins, and Mike Zimmer, who I like Mike Zimmer. He's one of my favorite coaches for the Vikings. I still do miss Zim. But, I mean, you can look at Zim's face. Like, he knew. And Zim pretty much predicted his own demise, too, like paying all this money to a quarterback, blah, 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 and then, lo and behold, look what happened. Throw a pick, please. Exactly. Just throw it. Just try. Like, no, can't do that because he doesn't want to look stupid. And that's a thing, too, because Kirk Cousins, his sun sign, he was born during Leo season. So speaking of Leos, and they're always in the spotlight, right? Even though Kirk Cousins is not the best player by any means, he's always in the spotlight, isn't he? Because it's just that Leo energy. But Leos don't want to look stupid a lot of the time. I mean, who really wants to look stupid? But some energies are like, I don't care, I'll look dumb. But that Leo energy, wherever you have it, a lot of time you don't really want to be embarrassed or look stupid. And I feel like Kirk Cousins is a really good example of that, where he'd rather just check down than, mess up his stats or throw a pick or something like that. So, I mean, I think that's kind of like a good example with like the Leo energy that we were talking about earlier. Like Kirk Cousins is a pretty good example of that. Like, you don't want to mess up his stats, right? Even though season's on the line and you can just chuck it. Like, 4th and 8, last play of the game, at least try it. Nope, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to look stupid. Even though, in my opinion, checking down on a 4th and 8 when the season's on the line is looking stupid. But he only cares about himself in that way. So anyway, great point. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Breaking down the Vikings schedule and Kirk Cousins play style, the AI bot. I like that. That's pretty accurate. All right. So did I do Atlanta? Let me see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I did. No, wait. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, I didn't. I'm going to say the Vikings are going to win that one. Okay, I'll give them the 3rd win of the season, week 12. Okay. But gosh, what's his name now? I can't forget the kid's name that it's not Anthony Richardson. Who's the quarterback for Atlanta that Kirky got benched for? It'll be cool. Do you remember that? Who that was? Who the hell is that? Because he was doing pretty well there, and then he got hurt, right? All right. Anyway, we'll just keep going. All right. Week 13. Vikings, another mid-afternoon game. All right. December 6th, 3:25 p.m. They're going to be hosting the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, too, we're kind of up and coming. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to throw the Vikings a bone there. It's a home game, week 13. Okay. I'm going to give them the victory. So they're up to 4. All right. I know his number is 9. You know what? I could look it up really quick. Let me look it up really quick. Let's see. Oh, I just had it. You know, sometimes when you have something on the tip of your tongue, you don't want to look it up because you want to think of it. Bo Nix. That's who it is, right? Isn't it Bo Nix? I think I got it. Let me double check. I think it's Bo Nix, right? Or no, he's Denver. He's Denver. God. Weren't they in the same draft class, though? Damn it. Penix Jr. Good one. Yep. Penix Jr. That's who it is. Good call. Good call. Michael Penix Jr. Yes, yes. That's the one. Yes. My gosh, he's so young. He was born in 2000. Yep, he's number 9, like you said. All righty. So we got that figured out. Mystery solved. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, back. Let's see here. Carolina, we did that one. I'm already losing track here. We're at week 13. All right. So right now we're going into week 14. Vikings have already had their bye. It's going to be a Thursday night game on December 10th at the New England Patriots. Are the Vikings going to get their 5th win? I don't know. No. All right. I'm going to say no. So at this point in this season, if the Vikings are 4 and 9, how I have them, I think the math is right. Yeah, I have them 4 and 9 right now, which is pretty pathetic. So week 15, hosting the Lions at home, are they really going to be playing for anything at this point? Right now, it's scheduled Sunday, December 20th. It's a Sunday night game versus the Lions. I mean, things could get weird. You never know. There might be a resurgence. I will give the Vikings their 5th win. 4 and 9, KOC would be fired. Well, would that be the worst thing in the world? Yeah, I did just say that. I'm over KOC. I'm over Kevin O'Connell and his coddling butt. I'm over it. Okay. And he, I just looked at the time too, and it said 44 minutes and 44 seconds that I've been streaming. So maybe that's some foreshadowing. And I mean, the thing, I could go off on Kevin O'Connell. I already have. Him and Kirk Cousins are very similar. That's why I used to call them the fraternal twins too. Like when Pizza Ranch Boy was still the quarterback for the Vikings, they're fraternal twins. They're very similar. Like KOC will just kind of smile in your face and lie to you at the same time and just say what he thinks he should be saying, right? And it's like the thing with him too that gets me every single time, well, this is on me. This is on me. I have to do better. Well, then do better. You don't do anything. You don't make any changes to do better. You keep just doing the same thing over and over again, and then talking to us like we're dumb. We're not. Hi, William. How are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Ouch. So like Kirk, you think he's fake? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And the thing with Kevin O'Connell too, this like supposed quarterback whisper, which I think is a load of crap because you haven't done anything. You had the perfect opportunity, Kevin, to take a young quarterback and help, lead the way. And what did you do? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. And I think too with Kevin O'Connell, I think he gets so caught up in like living vicariously through the team and through whoever the quarterback is because he was a quarterback, right? And it didn't necessarily work out for him as a player how he maybe wanted or thought that it should. So I think he gets like kind of maybe too caught up in that of living vicariously of whoever the quarterback is that of his team. And it's JJ McCarthy. It has been, it was Kirk Cousins. Then it was Sam Darnold. It's been an array of all these quarterbacks. And I also think that Kevin O'Connell gets in his own way too. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Do I think he's the worst coach in the world? No, definitely not. But it was just like, whenever there was a loss or whenever something happened, he never actually took accountability. It's just all this word salad, right? And Kevin O'Connell, it's actually probably his birthday pretty soon because he was born during Gemini season. And Gemini, wherever we have Gemini in our chart, it's the twins. There's two sides. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the communication planet. And Gemini and Mercury can be a little bit of like a trickster energy. So I'm like, don't talk to us like you think you're pulling a fast one over everybody. Like, we're not all stupid. That's a thing that I have a little bit of a problem with. I had a problem with that with Kirk Cousins big time. Like, just like, you are talking to us like we're all dummies here. We're all dummies, okay? We're not. We can see through your crap. Let's look and see when Kevin O'Connell's birthday is. And, Sam Darnold was also born during Gemini season 2. Let's see, when is his birthday? What if it's today? Talking shit. Senator O'Connell, that's a good one. Yeah. James O'Brien, shout out to him. He's the one that came up with Kevin O'Connell, which I just think is so fitting. I'm like, that is so good. Like, I just wish I would have thought of it, but the name there, that goes to James. So, and I think James is based out of the UK. I haven't seen him in a minute, but you guys, it was just his birthday last week. It was on Monday. Kevin O'Connell, he is now 41. And he's also very, very young. Super young. All right. Happy belated birthday to Kevin O'Connell. Okay. So May 25th. All right. 41. Oh my gosh. He's very young. Okay. Now, where did we leave off? Okay. I left off at week 15 for the Vikings. Now we're going on to week 16. The time is TBD. All right. But the Vikings will be hosting the football team, aka the Commanders. I mean, the Commanders have been on the up and up, but we're at week 16. I mean, the shit could have hit the fan for any team at this point. And I mean, it can at any point in time. I feel like, it's a home game, but sometimes the Vikings shit the bed at home, okay? I'll be nice. I'll give them a win. All right. They could possibly get it done. Daniels has no wide receivers. All right. There you go. Good point. We'll give the Vikings the win on that one. All right. And then week 17, January 3rd, 2027, you guys. What? We're not even halfway through 2026 yet, but all right. We're just looking ahead. Vikings are going to be at the New York Jets. Anything could happen. Could get weird out there. See, this is where shit evens out, even though they started off really bad. I'll give the Vikings the win. And then week 18, last game of the season, No surprise, it's going to be versus Chicago. The Vikings usually always close out the season either at Chicago or hosting Chicago. I did have Chicago winning the first game at Chicago, so last game of the season is going to be a home game. All right, I don't know. I have a weird feeling that the Bears could just eat the Vikings alive. I'm going to say Bears take that one too. Because who knows? I mean, again, who knows? We're just grasping at straws here. So we'll see. But all right, you guys, I went through this. I went through. And pretty much like it turns out every year, they're almost even Steven. So I have the Vikings going 7-10. All right. 7-10. Okay. I'll pull my highlighter out. We'll come back to this later at one point in time, but let's see how that played out. I made it. I know. It takes a village, but we made it through. All right. 7-10. Now we'll see if the Vikings GM has anything to say about that. All right. So I just wanted to touch on that really quickly. We didn't do the preseason game. Oh, be cool. KOC is definitely getting fired. Well, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, I feel like he's been on a long enough leash this entire time. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, and two, I have said this already before, but I will say it again because I still feel this way. I mean, kudos to Carson Wentz for coming back. But the way Kevin O'Connell handled the Carson Wentz situation, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then after the game, has the audacity to put it on Wentz and be like, well, he wanted to play. Dude, you're the head coach and you make the calls. He was pretty much freaking Frankenstein out there, barely able to stand up, and you have him playing. Get away from me. Get. Okay? Stop right now. And then you have the freaking audacity. Well, players want to play. You're the head coach of the team, buddy boy. Okay? You make the calls. Okay? The player wants to play, but he's basically has his arm falling off. How about you tell him, well, Carson, I think it would be best if you sit this one out, bud. All right? Exactly. He was a scapegoat. He was an absolute scapegoat. And then when Kevin O'Connell could have really just like take a little bite, a humble pie, you know what? That probably wasn't the best idea. I apologize to Carson Wentz or whatever. But no, he had to double down on it. Say, well, the players want to play. Shut up, dude. Shut up. You're the head coach. Okay, you're going to ask about the GM. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just pulled up an article, so let's go to it. But the Vikings do have a new GM. We'll see how that goes. I know. Sometimes I can be a little much, but I'm only saying things that I think are true. And it's like, I'm sorry, we saw the Frankenstein disaster happen. And the fact that Carson Wentz is able to come back too, I mean, Carson, all right, dude. I mean, I don't have a problem with Carson Wentz, but it's like, dude, your arm was not even, it was barely connected by a brace. Yeah, I'm just being real. Exactly. I'm just calling it how I see it. Exactly. All right, so I went to ESPN.com here. We got to watch an ad. All right, let's get that out of there. I'm not seeing Toy Story. I'm not doing it, okay? Wrong ad for me, ESPN, okay? All right, I haven't looked at this article at all, but so the Vikings' new GM does have a football background. Let's see what they're saying about him. Let's play this. So Nolan Teasley? He's from Seattle, which is interesting because Sam Darnold went to Seattle. You know, obviously we saw what happened there. And now the Vikings are getting the GM from Seattle. Okay. All right, so let's listen. What were they talking about here? Let's see what they have to say about this. Minnesota Vikings have hired Nolan Teasley as their general manager, sources told NFL Network's Tom Pelissero on Saturday, concluding an unusual chapter for the franchise. All right, this is an article by Kevin Seifert. Yeah, Seattle. Okay. I mean, at least he knows what winning looks like. Was he the GM in Seattle? Let's just continue reading here. Tesley, is it Tesley? Nolan? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. Nolan. We'll just call him Nolan. I do like that name. Nolan has spent the past 13 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, where he began as an intern and advanced to assistant general manager in 2023. Nolan's got that hustle. All right. I like that, actually. Good for him. I want to look up his birthday really quick. Let's see. Does he have a Wikipedia? Look at that. It was updated an hour ago. Doesn't have his birthday in here? Okay. He's roughly the same age as Kevin O'Connell, so it looks like he was born, allegedly, in 1984. Oh, I have to do a puzzle, you guys, on TikTok. Don't mind me here. All right. There we go. Oh, man. Bummer. I wanted to see what his birthday is. Maybe I can find it elsewhere. I bet that'll be added to Wikipedia soon. All right. We don't have anything. Darn it. I don't know. When I read that he kind of like worked his way up, I mean, that could be anything within the birth chart, but that just screams like Saturn energy to me. Like you started at the bottom, you grinded your way to the top, starting as an intern and then working your way to the GM. So he must kind of know what he's doing. So, all right, we'll take that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for liking. Oh, be cool. Thank you. And for the gifts. Appreciate that. Everybody for hanging out, just checking it out. Stopping on through, hanging out any point in time. Appreciate you all. And again, hope you're having a nice Sunday, or if it is Sunday where you are. You like him? Okay, good. Yeah. All right. We like him so far. All right. Let's see. What else? I'm just kind of skimming the article here, and then I'm going to play the video. It is a rather long. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. And I feel like, too, I feel like anybody coming into the GM position for the Vikings is probably going to look good right away just because they're coming off of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, who was brought on. I'm defending Kwesi. Like, I was never like, get him out of here. The Vikings brought him in as the GM knowing that he did not have a football background. So I think Kevin O'Connell used Kwesi Adofo-Mensah as a shield pretty much the whole entire time. Okay? And that shield be gone now. So spotlight is on Kevin O'Connell even more, as it should be. Tesley, I'm just going to say Nolan because I don't know how to say his last name yet properly. Nolan was the only candidate among the 5 finalists without a clear connection to the Vikings or a key member of the organization. Let's see. The Wolves made it clear that they were not looking to overhaul the entire front office. Oh, are we shocked with that? The Wolves not wanting to go down to bare bones and restructure completely? Is that surprising? No, because that's not how they operate. They don't want to do that. I wonder if either of the Wolves have I wonder what their astrology is. I mean, clearly they're very, very good business people. But at least since they've owned the Vikings, that's just not how scraping down and going to brass tacks and building the team from square one. That is not what they are looking to do ever. That's not their jive. All right. I didn't buy the whole collaboration thing. Vikings need a new scout staff. Yeah, that too. Right. Exactly. Right. And that's another thing that just makes me frustrated with them a lot of the time is don't tell us that it's one thing and we know damn well that it's not. This entire collaboration thing. And again, that goes back to do we think that Kwesi Adofo-Mensah was the one behind getting JJ McCarthy on the Vikings? No, absolutely not. At least me, I don't. So anybody that has a problem with JJ McCarthy or whatever, or the Vikings drafting him, then you in turn have a problem with Kevin O'Connell because you know damn well he was the mastermind behind that. Yeah, he maybe wanted somebody else, but at the end of the day, you drafted McCarthy. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach of a team, football background, used to be a quarterback. So who do you think was the one leading the march there with that? All right. And I don't like, too, that the Vikings do this all the time. They're so quick to cast somebody aside, when it doesn't fit their little, narrative or whatever they're trying to do. Like, okay, McCarthy, we drafted you, but you're only going to get a couple of chances here, and then so long, see you later, you can't sit with us. So, yeah, you agree? Yeah, for sure. So, we'll see what happens, but, again, the spotlight should have been on KOC the entire time. And I feel like now his seat is even hotter. And it should be, right? It should be. Like, put up or shut up. All this, well, I got to do better. I got to do better. Do something different then. Do better. And again, he just had such, and he still could potentially, Kevin O'Connell, have such an opportunity to help a young quarterback do the things that he needs to do to succeed in the NFL. But, okay, I feel like, well, we can move on. Let's keep going. Anyway, we don't have to make this a Kevin O'Connell bashing session completely. So, all right. Nolan, however, will be the Vikings. All right, here we go. Nolan, however, will be the Vikings' primary decision maker. Oh, Kevin O'Connell gets another shield. Another shield for Kevin. Okay. Let's see. Seattle, they're in a position to receive third-round compensatory picks in each of the next 2 drafts. All right. Nolan will be tasked with navigating an organization that has leaned heavily on O'Connell and other members of the coaching staff to guide personnel and draft moves in recent years. He will enter the position with scouting credentials that Adolfo Mensa, a data analyst, never had. Exactly. Right? But the Vikings knew that. They knew that. Okay? So it's not Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa's problem that he got the job at all. Let's see. He joined the Seahawks as an intern in 2013 before being promoted to a professional scout. He also served as assistant director of pro personnel and then director of pro personnel before ascending to his most recent role as assistant general manager. All right. Let's see, what else does this article say? They're talking about money. All right. Okay, now let's play what they were talking about on ESPN here. I'm going to play this.
Okay. So you think it is awkward?
It's very awkward. And here's the difference between the 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion. Kyler Murray knows he can play at a high level in this league. J.J. McCarthy is hoping that he can get to that point. I called 2 of their games last year on ESPN Radio, and there were multiple.
I'll just tap and listen. I appreciate that.
Thank Justin Jefferson was wide open and the football was nowhere near him. This is the best wide receiver in the league we're talking about. But you look at the personnel that is surrounding the quarterback position, and you say to yourself,
this is Harry Douglas, by the way, that's talking on ESPN right now.
Man, how can J.J. McCarthy not get this done last season? I believe Kyler Murray,
What? Huh? What do you mean, how could he not get this done? I'm going to defend little angel baby here because he had never played an actual NFL game. He was coming off of an injury, and he also was welcoming his first child at the same time. Okay? Talk about being in an instant pot, okay?
Showing us that he can play at a high level if he just plays point guard, and when the athleticism asks him to do something different, I believe he's going to take this team to another dimension. When it's all said and done, he will be the guy in Minnesota.
Okay, so Michael,
wait, what? I have to shut up. I talk over shit all the time. Let's go back.
That he can play at a high level if he just plays point guard, and when the athleticism asks him to do something different, I believe he's going to take this team to another dimension. When it's all said and done, he will be the guy in Minnesota.
Okay, so
well, no shit. Are we surprised there with that?
Your perspective as a fan of an NFC North rival, I have had a lot of people coming through here the last few weeks since whenever it was that they acquired
Mike
Kyler
Greenberg,
Murray in Minnesota, suggesting this is going to be a great marriage. He's going to be a great fit. He's going to, exactly as we said, revitalize his career. The Vikings are going to have a huge season. Is that your expectation?
I heard all this nonsense about Minnesota.
They're going to have a huge season, you guys. All right. Oh, what does this remind me of? Oh, what does this remind me of? The pieces are in place. The pieces are in place. All we need is a quarterback. All we need is a quarterback. And then who did the Vikings bring on? Kirk Cousins. And what happened after that? Nothing. Nothing. It's the same old song and dance every year. I'm about to chuck this hat in the trash. This is like every year I get more and more skeptical. Like, I've been a Vikings fan. I was born a Vikings fan, basically. But it's just like every year I'm just like, I'm over you people. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's the same old song and dance year after year after year. We're making a quarterback. Oh, and then everything's going to miraculously change. Yeah, we'll see. Sounds like 2018 exactly, right? It's the same thing every year. It's the same song and dance. It's just like, but you know what? I've said this so many times too. Like, if we as Vikings fans want to see change, don't go to the games. Don't go to the games because they keep doing the same thing year in and year out because people still fill the stadium. And I mean, people, you can do what you want, right? But when you get frustrated that there's no actual change within the Vikings organization and with the team, don't go to the games because that's money in their pocket. You want to take a stand and have them make actual change, take the money away because it's a business, right? Don't go to the games. Don't buy the merch. Don't wear the stupid freaking white t-shirts during the stupid whiteouts. That's all for money. Oh, let's, buy this t-shirt, buy this white t-shirt. Let's wear this. No, don't go to the games. Don't. Anyway, let's finish.
Year, with J.J. McCarthy, which I didn't understand how he got drafted. As a son of the Big Ten, and he's a Chicago boy, so I'm not prone to root against him, J.J. McCarthy. I'm not. It's like, okay, personally, when he's not playing the Bears, I hope this guy's successful. But I'm looking at this one. What are they seeing? What are people seeing who've forgotten more about football this morning than
Basically just called everybody in the Vikings blind. Okay. And nothing against people that are blind or have disabilities or whatever. I shouldn't say blind. Well, let's say that they didn't know who they were drafting and they had bad draft picks and, stupid. All right. Is that over?
I'll never know.
Okay. That's over. All right, let's get off of that. Now, I also have some stuff pulled up on Twitter here because, like I was saying earlier, we'll see. I mean, and I've heard that, this is going to be the Kyler Murray and JJ, they're going to be able to battle it out. It's like, no. Again, don't piss on our leg and tell us it's raining. You know damn well that it's not an actual, let's battle it out here for who's going to be the starting quarterback. Absolutely not. No. Kyler Murray was brought in here to Band-Aid and duct tape the Vikings ship like the Vikings are wont to do. Like they keep doing year after year after year after year. It's the same song and frickin' dance, okay? Except this year, instead of using a Band-Aid, they used duct tape. Or instead of duct taping, they tried a Band-Aid this time. Or they tried Gorilla Glue, or whatever the hell it is, okay? You're putting a cork in the hole. Whatever it is, the ship actually needs to be repaired, and maybe a different ship needs to come in and take its place. But the Vikings, the Wolves, they're not going to do that. They don't want to do that because they want money in their pockets. They always want to be, talked about or whatever. And the thing is like, if the Wilfs only knew how loyal Vikings fans are, even if they were tanking, let's say they did like a complete rehaul and a rebuild like Detroit did, right? A couple years ago. People are still going to go to the games. They're still going to go. It's like you're still going to be making your money. And in turn, you're actually going to be trying to build the team to actually win a championship instead of just duct taping the hole every time. I already have quarterback competition fatigue. I think they panicked. Absolutely. And I feel like as Vikings fans, we could see a lot of that already last year, right? And it's like, I mean, it's a thing with like society too in general, right? Because like, what is the attention span? Like, people are gonna swipe past something in the first like 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, the Vikings, they're no different, right? Like, okay, JJ, here you go. Oh man, it's not working. Ah, let's everybody freak the hell out. Okay. So I don't know. All right. Now, there was some chatter this week. Both quarterbacks were talking about one another. So I pulled this up on Twitter here. And I love to, I heard this on the radio, and then I saw it after the fact. I love that they were talking about how Kyler Murray was wearing a beanie and it's like 90 degrees out. And it's like, dude, you wear that beanie. Okay. You wear it. You wear it. Whatever. If he wants to wear a sweater out there at 90-degree heat, who cares? Whatever. Wear your sweater. I mean, he's wearing a Vikings beanie. And the thing too with Kyler Murray is, when Kyler Murray first came into the league, I mean, I really enjoyed watching him. I mean, I think that there is a lot of talent there, like for sure. I haven't like followed his career really closely. I'm not going to lie and say that I have. I mean, I'm an NFL fan, so I've been watching football and like, kind of staying in the know what's going on. So I do still think that there is potential there, so we'll see. But, I mean, again, when it comes to the Vikings, they're just doing the Kirk Cousins dance all over again here. I mean, that's all it is, just a different quarterback. And you know what? They both have K names, don't they? Kirk, Kyler. There's a theme going on here. AI summary, debating the Vikings quarterback situation and if they'll finally win a championship. Well, the ladies are the only ones that could actually bring a championship here because the Lynx have won. Hey, Crazy, how are you doing? Yes, it's good to see you too. I'm doing good. Yep, doing good. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping through. Jax, Kyler, JJ and I are going to work together to help us get some wins. JJ, yeah, F this guy. I'm QB1. Right? We're going to listen to that right now. So the first half is Kyler. I don't know exactly what the question was. I mean, they were just kind of like asked about one another. But, like we were talking about earlier too today, like I can see like JJ using this like hate and stuff, like fuel the fire. All right. And again, he was born during the year of the horse in Chinese astrology. JJ McCarthy's Chinese animal is a horse. And this past February, we just entered a horse year. So if this year could be the potential for things to really like kick off, no pun intended with the horse thing, for JJ McCarthy. But, he has to do that work, obviously. Go Lynx, Fee and Dorka back Saturday, I think. Nice. I don't even know what their record is right now. I feel like they need to show the ladies a little bit more because I feel like I never get to watch the Lynx. Let's see. First in the WNBA, hell yeah. They play the Mercury tomorrow. Let's see if that's streaming anywhere. Oh man, I'm going to be able to watch that one, you guys. It's on Peacock. Shoot, maybe I will try to do a prediction for that tomorrow. I got to keep that open. I got to write that down. All right. They're going to be at Phoenix tomorrow, so I want to write that down quick. It's going to be a late one, though. It's past my bedtime. All right. And funny, they're playing the Mercury. And we're in Gemini season, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Victory 2? What do you mean? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, is that a player? See, I'm not even up to par on their roster either. Let's see. All right. Okay. We'll go back over here. Let's see. Crazy, you're starting summer break. Nice. Stocking up on extra Kool-Aid for the upcoming season so you're ready. There you go. I'm watching local Orlando Storm on UFL. What is UFL? Universal something something? That's cool. Nice. No! Oh, you heard it here. You heard it here, folks. Jade is predicting us winning a Super Bowl. I mean, potentially. I'm not sure when. That's the goal, right? Oh, that's a streaming service. Right on. Victory Plus. Okay, I've never heard of that one before. Okay, right on. I have Peacock, so I can watch that way. Let's see if it even, let's see. Okay, it's funny that it doesn't even say that. It says Fubu, Peacock, and YouTube TV. Not that I don't believe you, but okay. Victory Plus. I should look into that. All right, so let's hear these two quarterbacks here. Oh, United Football League. Aha. There you go. That makes sense. Nice. That's fun. Oh, you got to download the app. Okay. The only apps that I want are that involve eating, right? Like, that's the app that I'll take. But no, I actually just deleted a couple of apps on my phone, so I have some space for more. All right, let's listen to Kyler here. Call of Duty fan Kyler. Call of Duty Kyler, you guys! Right, I see. There you go. You guys, Call of Duty Kyler. You heard that here first, right? Has anyone else said that? You guys, just like we have our little cherub, that's McCarthy. Call of Duty Kyler. That's got a ring to it. I got to write that down. We come up with some good things here. Let me write that down in blue so I'll be able to see it in my notes. Somebody has had to give him that nickname before. I cannot be the first one to say that. But that makes me laugh. Has anyone else heard that anywhere else? Call of Duty Kyler? I crack myself up. Oh, shoot. If not, we're going to take credit for that. Okay? I got to highlight it, too, in my nerd notes. Call of Duty Kyler. We got the little angel and Call of Duty Kyler. All right. It's a first. Yes, we're taking it. Seriously. All right, you guys. So if we hear Call of Duty Kyler anywhere else, whoever's listening, we're going to know where you got it. Okay. If we hear it other places, we're going to know. Okay. That's really funny. How has nobody thought of that yet? All right, we're taking it. Let's listen to Call of Duty Kyler. I turned it up.
How would you describe your relationship with JJ to this point?
Okay, so the reporter basically asked him about the relationship with JJ. All right. Trademark it. Oh my God, we need to. We need to.
It's been great. It's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him. Obviously, I feel like I've played 7 years now, going on 8. So I'm considered a veteran, even though I don't see myself as that. Give him any knowledge that he needs. Again, we're both competitors, and I know we both want what's best for the team.
That's a very, responsible answer. That's a very mature answer. And I feel like he's not lying there. I don't think he's necessarily like fibbing or anything like that. Crazy. You are the key with nicknames. Still like Pizza Ranch Boy. Oh, what you called the defense before? The Babysitters Club. You guys, I cracked myself up. Seriously. Thank you. I try. Yeah. The Vikings defense, I used to call them the Babysitters Club because they had to babysit the entire team basically and go clean up any mess that was going around. We might still have one remaining member of the Babysitters Club if Harrison Smith comes back. He was like the last one. All the other babysitters, they moved on to other careers. He doesn't lie like KOC at least. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. I mean, that answer seemed genuine. I mean, I think he obviously knows more than we do. So, I mean, who knows what he was actually told, right? Like, the starting spot is yours, A, B, and C, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there could be some ellipsis with that, right? With what he was told. Maybe he was told that he was going to be the starting quarterback, so he doesn't have anything to worry about, but right. Again, the mature answer as the veteran quarterback on the team, helping the younger quarterback, yeah, right. Like you kind of expect it to be or whatever. Yeah, Pizza Ranch Boy is sticking. Absolutely. Yeah. It's never going away. Yeah, I hope he got paid a lot for those Pizza Ranch commercials. I tell you what. And I have given Pizza Ranch so much free publicity, they should be paying me. Crazy. It's also a very generic answer. I mean, you're right. You're right. He definitely didn't ruffle any feathers with that, saying what he's supposed to say. Like it says a lot without saying anything at all. That's a very good point. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not far off with that. Absolutely. Okay. Now, let's go to the cherub.
Receptive to hearing criticism.
Of course. Yeah, he's not. He's overly acceptive, and he's always communicating, asking questions, stuff like that.
The reporter asked him if McCarthy is open to like criticism or tips or whatever.
So it's been good.
JJ, what's your relationship been like?
All right, here's a little cherub. He looks like he's, obviously, like when the Vikings first drafted McCarthy and there was that picture of him like looking at the stadium or the training facility or whatever it was, like he just had this look on his face like, wow, like a little kid, right? In a candy store, right? I mean, he is very, very young, but looks like he's, gotten a little older here. I mean, he's had a kid now, so he's a dad. I'm sure that's going to mature one. As somebody without kids, I can't really speak to that, but I would imagine you're going to mature when you have a kid.
With Kyler so far?
It's just like two guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side, and it's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach.
JJ McCarthy and KOC. Oh, that relationship is tarnished, I think. Okay. Instead, KOC used to be dad. Okay. Now is KOC turned to stepdad. Okay. or instead of dad, he's like evil uncle now or something, Okay, let's finish. I feel like you could see him seething. I think JJ McCarthy wants to rip KOC's head off. I mean, that's kind of what I get from this. Like, he wants to rip him a new one, but he can't, right? He could, but he can't.
Is there any awkwardness, like, between you two?
Awkwardness, it's just...
I don't know who the reporter was that actually asked, but good on him for actually asking those questions.
Like the same feeling, when you're in high school and there's another person on the other side of the room.
JJ, you're not in high school anymore, bud. Okay? Okay? I get it, though. He's closer to high school than, Well, he was in college, though. But, I mean, he's still, like 22, 23 years old? You're only, like 5 years out of high school, so I could see the comparison there.
That's just kind of how it is, so I wouldn't say there's any awkwardness.
So he's saying there's no awkwardness, but the way he answered kind of makes it seem like there is some awkwardness. Right? I don't know about that one. Okay, crazy. Let's see. Just giving you a hint, when the Vikings come down to Tampa, we have a couple groups going to invade Raymond James Stadium with waves of purple. Our Tampa Vikings group has around 80 tickets. Really? That's awesome. I went through the schedule earlier. I can't remember if I think I picked Tampa to win that game. I just went through the schedule earlier on the stream today, and I had the Vikings going 7-10. Oh, we cool. That sounds fun, though, crazy. That'll be a good time. Kyler is me at work. JJ is me at happy hour, 5 tequila shots deep. Yeah, for real, right? Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. Like, okay, Kyler, you got to mind your P's and Q's, do what you're supposed to do. And then, like, McCarthy's like, woo, party mode. I like that. That's funny. I feel like with McCarthy, I feel like there's a part of him that, like, he knows that he was probably pushing a little bit there, but, like, he can't help himself but to, be kind of honest and maybe kind of get, I don't want to say, like, a dig in there, but express maybe his displeasure for what's going on or the position that he was put into. And I could see too McCarthy really thinking that he was put in this position, and yes, it is his responsibility, but that he didn't have the support he needed going into the role. Like, when you start a job or whatever, or anything that you're doing, and you're just like fed to the wolves, so to speak, like figure it out here. Okay. And you don't have any help. Like, okay. Well, obviously, if I don't have any help or any support, then yeah, things are going to get a little wonky. That's where I'm going to defend like Kyler Murray there, or McCarthy there with that. Way to rain on their Tampa parade by telling them you picked Tampa. I know, right? Hey, like I said, anything could happen. Do I hope the Vikings actually go 10-7 or better? Yes, of course. But I mean, Baker might be baking, okay? There might be some muffins, some scones. You never know what that bakery is going to be baking up. So, and for those that are going to the Tampa game, they're really going to get the victory because they're not going to be in Minnesota in the winter. They're going to be in the nice Florida weather, okay? So I'm jealous of that. And like I always say, prove me wrong. They can prove me wrong, right? All right. What else? We got all the way through that. Anything else? What else do we want to see? Anything else on Twitter? Oh, you know what? They were talking about this situation on the McAfee show, Pat McAfee. Let's see. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Daily dose of Kyler Murray and JJ comparison footage. All right, what is this? Okay, literally, they're just throwing a ball. Like, who cares? Okay, good for them. They both made a pass. Like, good for them. Kyler Murray, like, lifts up his leg when he's throwing. That's interesting. Okay, whatever. Oh, let's listen to this. Justin Jefferson, he loves to wear those sunglasses. Loves it. And Justin Jefferson, we talked about this last season. He's always flashy, kind of dressing flashy with his style. And I'm like, I bet he has a Venus in Leo because Venus is like our aesthetic, kind of like what we wear, what we like to wear and stuff. And he has a Venus in Leo. So he kind of dresses very flashy. That makes sense. Jax, I don't blame JJ for being pissed off. Yeah, me either. Year 1, he was injured and didn't play, right? Year 2, he only played 10 games, was injured, and faced crazy criticism. Now, year 3, he's suddenly now fighting for his spot. Exactly. Yeah. Like, okay, here you go. Coming off of an injury, you've never actually played a real NFL game, and also you had your first kid all at the same time. Now go lead the football team, okay? Now go do it. And then that's another, I think McCarthy, too, is another scapegoat for Kevin O'Connell, too, where it's like, no, this situation actually should be reversed because Kevin O'Connell, you were given a young quarterback who you can help mold. I don't want to say like completely mold, but teach and help him learn and help him do better and be this quarterback whisperer you're allegedly supposed to be. No. What have you done? No. Like horse whisperer my ass. And funny thing too, okay, Robert Redford, horse whisperer, quarterback whisperer, JJ McCarthy, his Chinese animal is a horse. So I kept saying horse whisperer in jest, but it actually is kind of fitting because JJ's Chinese animal is a horse. So Kevin O'Connell, you really could be a horse whisperer if you really tried. But I mean, I feel like that name was a load of crap. And it's funny too, how you didn't hear any complaints from Kevin O'Connell about, well, I didn't really like that name. He didn't say anything about it until things hit the fan. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't like that title. Obi Cool, do you believe Flores is the main reason the Vikings won games last year? I feel like the defense definitely had a lot to do with it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, with Kevin O'Connell and Flores, it seems like, they probably have similarities, but it seems like Brian Flores, and maybe this is like the defense kind of offense thing, but it seems like Brian Flores is way more like, I'm going to go for the jugular, right? Like, I'm going to be cutthroat about it. And Kevin O'Connell's a little bit more like, well, I want to do it this way. Let's kind of see how this works out. And I like this way, so we're going to kind of just keep doing that. I don't know. So. You and Thor Nystrom from Purple Daily would get along very well. He is also out on KFC. Oh, really? Is he? I haven't watched Purple Daily for months. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. But I am familiar with all the fellows over there. Me and him should do a KOC roast or something like that. He'd probably have way more information on that because he's like an actual football, mind where he knows a lot about that. But that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I've been out on KOC for a long time. Like when he first came in, I'm like, okay, all right, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And then like time goes on. And then again, if I had to hear the go-to line, well, I have to do better after every single problem. That's all KOC. And he never owns up to anything. And he talks to us like we're stupid. Like, we're not dumb here. Okay? Anyway. Shame. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. For being a Vikings analyst too, having the name Thor, I mean, come on. All right? Like that was written when he was named. All right, let's see what Justin Jefferson says here. I have not seen this.
Well, Kyler Murray comes over in the offseason. J.J. McCarthy's been there a couple of years, incumbent starter. Kevin O'Connell said he wants to.
Also, side note, it's Justin Jefferson. I'm not calling him Jets. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Like, if he wants to be known as that, that's fine. But it's interesting, too, that they were pushing us as fans so hard. Like, it's Jets. It's Jets. It's like, okay. Like, usually you don't pick a nickname. Usually a nickname is, like, given to you, right? But that kind of goes with Justin Jefferson being a Leo Venus, too. And I'm pretty sure Justin Jefferson also has a Leo moon, like J.J. McCarthy, if I remember correctly. All right, I'm going to try to shut up here.
QB room, I'm using his words. He said he wants it to be competitive. As maybe the wide receiver one in this league, any given game day, you could be the best receiver on the planet. What are you looking forward to most about the new offensive weapons and getting this team in position to be at its best, irrespective of who's the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that has been talked about these past couple of years. Just the weapons that we have on the offensive side of the ball. Running back position is very good. The receiver position is very good. Tight end position is very good. Just trying to stack up the O-linemen and get all of the healthy bodies that we can to withhold all of the physical work that they go through the entire season. And then, of course, the chess piece, which is the quarterback position. So just having that.
Again, here we go. It all goes back to the quarterback. Year in, year out, year in, year out. One missing piece, one missing piece, one missing piece. Oh, let's bring Kirk Cousins in. He's the missing piece. What happened after that? Nothing. All right, let's bring in Kyler Murray to clean up the McCarthy mess that the Vikings created. All right. Same old song and dance. Oh, be cool. Like 9? Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, like 9, exactly. Like, whatever. People want to give themselves nicknames. Hey, I can't stop it. I can have my opinion about it. But I have many nicknames. I have never once given myself a nickname. Ever. 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 No. Especially when I was playing sports, when I was younger. No. I was called Jado when I was playing sports. I didn't give myself that name. No. Some of my cousins call me Jada. They have since we were younger. I didn't say, call me Jada. No, I did not. My mom has a nickname for me that she's called me ever since I was like born, pretty much. I'm not going to share that right now. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's a little like, I didn't tell her to call me that. She just called me that. Okay? Oh, gosh, Bob, don't get me going here. You put a quarter in. We should have kept Case Keenum. Say it louder for the people in back. Exactly. And you know what? I will say that whole Case Keenum situation, that's really where my Vikings pissed offness of the entire team and the organization with the way they handled that. That's where me as a fan personally, I was like, hey, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. A backup quarterback steps up and does his job like he is supposed to do, being a backup quarterback, and leads a team to a 13-3 season. And then you're going to say, actually, Case, you're not cool enough to sit with us, so bye, see you later. But that's how my channel originally started, my YouTube channel. You had an AOL screen name? I did it. No, I was never on AOL. I was on MSN Messenger. Absolutely. I'm a Keeniac for life. Absolutely. I still need to get a Case Keenum Vikings jersey. I think I found one on like eBay or something. But yeah, of course I am. Of course. Don't be talking bad about my case. Okay? Don't. No, but yeah. The way they treated Case Keenum too. So are you out on Max Brosmer or no? Oh, Maxie. I really honestly thought that without having any prior knowledge of Max Brosmer, I really thought he was going to do better. I don't know about that. I mean, I wouldn't hate it if, like, he's still on the Vikings, isn't he? Is he third string? No, that's Carson. Is he on the practice squad now? He's still with the Vikings. I would put in McCarthy over Brosmer for sure. But I mean, I feel like with some more time in the league and getting more reps in and like preseason or whatever it was, because I thought Brosmer looked pretty good in preseason. It is preseason. But I mean, he could be like a journeyman like backup, or who knows? I mean, sky's the limit, right? So, but yeah, I felt bad for him though. Like, I felt bad for him, but I also don't think either that he was getting the best support either, or like the best plays being called for him and his skill set. So anyway, so Maxie, come on, Maximus. I want to use that soundbite from Gladiator. So if he comes in, we can play that. All right, let's finish this. You guys were almost through it.
Competitive matchup, just going into training camp and just battling it out, and the best man, wins. So I'm excited for that to happen. Excited for JJ to get that competitive aspect to the game, for him to show up and to have that pressure on him.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Let me backtrack. No.
Stacking the days.
He already had the pressure on him, Justin. Though, what do you mean? Maybe he's talking like a different sort of pressure. Maybe a little bit more, instead of like so much pressure, you have to go out there and lead the team, to whereas like it's a one-on-one, like you got to be better than yourself situation. The pick six was funny in Seattle though from Brosmer. Oh man. Oh. I just felt bad for him. I mean, like I felt bad for Wentz being out there when his arm was basically out of its shoulders, out of its socket. Yeah, it's just like, oh man. I mean, yeah, I just felt bad for him. Yeah. Just like, oh, make it stop. No. Like, no. But at the end of the day, you got to just kind of laugh about it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you guys, they're playing a child's game, right? They're playing a children's game. All right? It's okay, Jade. Max can't hurt you this offseason. It's okay to say your true thoughts. I was being honest. I really thought that it would go better for Brosmer. And then when I was looking at like some of the astrology of what was going on at the time, especially when he got the start, and then the astrology for him that I found, like I am honestly kind of surprised that it did not go better. I thought that it would. But in reality, it wasn't going to happen. And, it makes you think too, just like what to be a fly on the wall, like in the locker room or in the quarterback room when they're having these discussions or whatever. I mean, to be a fly on the wall. Yeah.
Just with his past and the things that he has accomplished over the past, just coming here with a new team and being that vocal leader.
Kyler Murray.
That's the main thing that we're looking for, especially out of him, being more vocal, being that leader that we're looking for, and of
That's
course
true.
leading.
Because I have said this too in the past, like the Vikings don't actually have a leader. Like there's no leader on the team. Like they don't have one. Like, excuse me, like who is it? Who? We're like an owl up in here. Who? KOC, you're not the damn leader. You're going to throw everybody under the bus that you possibly can. Right? And I feel like secretly, like my opinion of it all, I feel like McCarthy, again, it turned from a father-son with him and O'Connell to like, now he's McCarthy's mom's new boyfriend coming in here that he doesn't like. Or like the new stepdad that he's not really feeling. Or the evil uncle or whatever it is. Like the Scar in the Lion King situation where he's like, I'm going to get you. I can't call you out because you're the coach and I'm the quarterback. But I feel like there's some resentment there from McCarthy for sure. Like, and who knows? Like maybe he was told that he was going to get some more support and he never got it. Like I get McCarthy, you got to grow up. You got to, take the training wheels off. I understand that. But I just don't think he got the support that he needed. So, anyway, let's finish this. 7 seconds, you guys.
The team to, big plays and wins. So that's the main objective for both quarterbacks, and I'm looking forward to that matchup.
That's fair. All right, that's fair. We made it through, you guys, about 2 minutes. Maybe we are missing the true point, and JJ is saying he misses Josh Dobbs, right? Josh Dobbs, where is he at now? He's still in the league, isn't he? Like a backup for... He's like a backup out there somewhere. Yeah, that Josh Dobbs. That was fun for a little bit, wasn't it? Hey, Dalton, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope it's a fun day for you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. It's been fun. I've been on for almost 2 hours. It's 2:14 Central Time. Let's see. Anything else? Nerd notes. We went through everything. Again, happy post-full blue moon, everybody. Heads up, I am going to be on, too, with Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast this coming Saturday. I'm not sure if we're doing a live or if they're going to post it on their channel later. TBD. If you have not subscribed to their channel, I did put it in the description on YouTube, so go check them out. I'm going to be joining Kyle and Darren on Saturday. We're going to be talking Vikings. So we finally got a date scheduled because we've been kind of going back and forth for a while to get something scheduled. So look out for that. And yeah, again, I'm not sure if it's going to be live or if it's going to be recorded and then posted on their channel. I am going to be in communication, obviously, with them leading up to Saturday, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. But it would be fun to see you guys over there and showing them some love and subscribing to their channel. So their Vikings podcast, obviously. Okay, it's been fun. Got to run. So yeah, look out for it. Nice. Thanks, OB Cool. Thanks for being here and all the support today. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Maybe tomorrow for Lynx versus Mercury. Otherwise, maybe hopefully Wednesday for NBA Finals game number 1. But next Saturday for sure. Look out for that. But you take care. It's been nice chatting with you. Let's see. Jax, did you see the Josh Jacobs stuff? Bro, what is going on over in that organization? No. What's going on over there? I haven't heard anything about that. That organization. Nice. Favorite smiley face. I like that one. So yeah, anyway, we went through Viking schedule. I just did the cold pick, going through the Viking schedule. I did that. So I have the Vikings going 7-10 just from going off of the schedule and doing win or loss like I've been doing every year. We'll see what's going to happen there. Earlier in the stream, I did go over the astrology chart for OKC versus San Antonio game 7, which was last night. Kind of how that looped into the full moon, too, that was happening. Full moons, endings, completions. One of those teams, obviously, season came to an end, and it happened to be OKC, so we kind of went over that. Let's see. Yeah, we went over the Vikings' new GM. I'm still not exactly sure how to say his last name, if it's Teasley, Nolan, we were calling him, from Seattle. So the Vikings have a new GM now, which is basically another shield for Kevin O'Connell. We'll see. And Call of Duty Kyler, you guys. That's our new nickname that we came up with for Kyler Murray today. So we'll have to see if that sticks. But yeah, that's kind of what we went over today. But no, I am not familiar with this. Oh, shoot. All right. Let me stop sharing that. But yeah, that's what we've been doing today. And yeah, it's been fun. Talking a little Lynx too. And yeah, that's all I got, you guys. I think I'm going to call it good for today. Let me just look up this Josh Jacobs stuff. What's going on? But hopefully I'll see everybody this week. I am still doing animal communication sessions, practice sessions for my professional animal communication that I am learning how to do, where I connect with your animal, whether living or no longer in this realm. If you want a free session, the only thing that I'm asking for is feedback, you guys. So I'm practicing. So if you do have an animal in your life, or you once had an animal in your life, and you would be willing to give me feedback on a session where I connect with that animal, I'm practicing right now. So feel free to give me, send me an email. Otherwise, I do have a stand store, you guys. So the link is in the description. It's also on my TikTok channel. So if you do want a free animal reading, the only thing that I require back is you give me honest and detailed feedback from the session. Okay. So I am doing those right now. And yeah, you can either email me at contactjade23@gmail.com, or you can schedule something at my stand store on the bottom there. It will bring you to my page. So I'm doing those. I've had some interesting animal sessions too. I've only done cat and dog so far, but I've done about around like 20 sessions. So it's been cool, and different personalities for for all the pets. And I am gonna start posting feedback and just the animal sessions too on all of my social medias, just kind of like sharing what the animals are telling. So yeah, but they've been fun. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. And yeah, you can just send me a message. Oh, so let's see here. I looked up this Josh Jacobs thing here. Holy shit. Oh my God. That's awful. What a piece of shit. Let's see. This is from May 26th. NFL star Josh Jacobs was arrested for domestic violence 3 months after he was asked on live stream if he had a longtime girlfriend. Was the one. Time will tell. That's terrible. What a piece of shit. Like, dude, no. Let's see. It spoke out. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. Josh Jacobs spoke out for the first time since he was arrested for allegedly abusing his ex-girlfriend, Ash. Her name is Ash Cash. He revealed that he had walked in on her cheating on him, and then she hit him, giving him no choice but to hit her back. No. Yeah, there's other choices than that. How about you don't do that? What do you mean, no choice? Okay, piece of shit. Go in the garbage where you belong. Goodbye. Ick. No. Yeah, I had not heard about that. Okay. Popsicle. I like that name. Thanks for liking the live. Yeah, no. Yeah, I had not heard about this. And I mean, no, he's a piece of trash and a piece of garbage. Then no choice. Yeah, you have a lot of other choices. Number one, you don't hit back. You don't hit women. You don't do that. You piece of shit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Goodbye. And I think too that, I mean, unfortunately, he's not the only one, in the NFL, for example, that is allegedly, done all of these things, right? Or I don't even think it has to be alleged because, he got booked on it or whatever. But like, have more strict punishment for players that do this type of shit. How about then you can't play? You can't get paid to play this game, right? But they're never going to do that. I think there's probably plenty of people out there that can play football that don't beat the shit out of women. Okay? No, but he's a piece of shit. I hope she's doing okay. I had no other choice. F you. You have another choice. It's you. If that was the situation, if you walked in on your girlfriend cheating on you, you walk the other way. Okay? You'll walk out the door. I had no other choice. Yeah, you did. Idiot. Anyway, pissed me off. But that will cost him a large out-of-court settlement. Yeah, for sure. And he shouldn't be able to keep playing and earning money after that. I mean, that's just like the tip of the iceberg, unfortunately. But it's like, I wish that like big organizations like the NFL and stuff had big punishment or even punishment at all. Like, you can't be in the league. You can't play. You can't play with us. Okay? You can't make money by doing that. Like, one and done. Like, take a stand on it. And then there might be some actual change. But oh no, let's just keep rewarding all of this misbehavior. I can't. Anyway, pisses me off. And it's unfortunate, like I said, like that's not the only one. Like, I had no other choice. What is this like, violence against women, like hate against women, and just hate in general, like being violent in general. All right. I mean, and it's a whole thing too. I mean, if we want to get into it, I mean, it's a violent game that they're playing. It kind of goes back to like entertainment, like gladiator arenas where people were cheering people on for killing one another, right? I shouldn't say that. I'm going to get in trouble on TikTok. I didn't mean that because I don't want to get a flag on there. I got a flag last time because I was talking about the planet Mars and all the attributes with Mars, and then I got a violation from TikTok, so I don't want that, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. T-Bass, hey, I was raised when you get hit, you hit back, but also raised you never hit a woman. Right, yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Very confusing during these times of women are equal to men. Yeah, right? How about we just, like, don't hit each other? How about, like, there's no violence like that? But I get you have to stick up for yourself in situations, but when he came out with a statement saying, well, I caught her cheating on me and she hit me, so I had no other choice but to hit back. Yeah, you have another choice to not hit. Just leave. Walk away. Go punch a pillow. Okay? Go bite a pillow. Go squeeze a stress ball. Go scream into the void. Anyway. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm so glad the only drama we have to deal with is seeing 9 memes after every McCarthy game. Yeah, the biggest thing that they're dealing with right now is the players giving themselves nicknames, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, right, exactly. We know everything about him, nothing about his girlfriend. She very well may be a piece of shit. I mean, maybe, yeah, but she didn't deserve to be beaten. If that's the case and it goes to trial, the lawyers will drag her through the mud. Yeah, it's like the Salem witch trials, pretty much. Yeah. It's just unfortunate. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, people should just be able to, like, live their lives without being scared or being, like, beaten up or whatever. And just, like, don't be a piece of shit person, right? Easier said than done, I guess. Like, sometimes I'm just like all of the evil shit that goes on in the world. I mean, everywhere, all the time. Like, everybody deserves to be happy and to feel safe and to enjoy. And it just seems like that's not possible with all of the shit going on. All right? It makes me think the tinfoil hat, right? The tinfoil hat time, you guys, now. Is this planet actually a prison? Are we actually living on a prison planet? That's a whole rabbit hole, tinfoil hat, but majority of you know how I do on that. I will put the tinfoil hat on. Actually, I never take it off, but anyway, so. What about violence against men? She did hit him first, just saying. Right. She did, allegedly. But, you know, size comparison, men versus women. I mean, she shouldn't have done that either. Of course not. No. There shouldn't be any violence either way. But to say that he had no other choice but to hit her back? I don't think anybody should have to face violence at all. Right? I think everybody deserves to feel safe and to be happy. And unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like that's the place we live in, which is, again, what's like, okay, is this actually a prison planet? Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was wrong on all sides. Tom Osborne was once quoted when he was the coach of Nebraska, "We want and we look for angry young men to be on our team." And that's another thing, too, why, like, as I get older, I'm just like, again, it kind of goes back to, like, sports are, like, the new age, like, gladiator arena, where it's like, you know, again, back in the day, people, that was the entertainment of going and watching people kill each other. I shouldn't say that, but again, I don't want to get flagged or whatever. And then what was going on behind the scenes while everybody was watching that, right? All the scheming and stuff going on. It's all a distraction, really. So that's why, like, as I get older, I'm just like, I don't even really care anymore. Like, I don't, because it's all a distraction. Allegedly, supposedly. And I do think people that, even though they get paid all of this money, you know, celebrities, entertainment, whatever, I mean, I think a lot of them, you know, they can't ever get out. Like, what did they sign or whatever? Like, allegedly, supposedly for entertainment only. Like, why do the Rolling Stones keep performing? They're like 80 or 80 plus, right? They keep performing because they want to? Maybe. Or because they have to. I don't know. Attention, all planets of the Solar Federation. We have assumed control. Yeah, seriously. Confusing times where attitudes for things are changing, yet some attitudes are held on to others. Yeah. And I think that is part of it, too, just to keep everybody confused. Right? I mean, we're really going down the rabbit hole now, but I mean, yeah. As I get older, it's just like, I mean, are we even real? Is this even real? Or are we actually dreaming right now? Are we actually The Sims? I used to get down on The Sims, you guys. I used to play The Sims. That's like the one game that I did play, is The Sims. But yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people that, you know, this kind of goes with, like, again, the prison planet, alleged prison planet thing, where, you know, you hear about all these people go to the light or whatever. Is it a trap, though? It's a trap to get you back down here. Allegedly, supposedly, so whoever they are, can harvest our energy for whatever they want to do, their power and control. And then it goes back to, too, the entire world being run by like 13 families, allegedly, supposedly, all for entertainment. So they get energy by people being scared and fearful. It's how they maintain control, allegedly. These are things that I hear, right? I mean, who knows? Don't know. But, oh, that's lyrics from a Rush song, really? Yeah, I think so too. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I just looked at the Twitter thing or the little he spoke out about it or whatever. So, woo, what's up? So I went through the schedule. I have the team that I have them going 7-10. 7-10. But that was literally just looking at the schedule and just saying, okay, they open up against the evil to the east. We'll say that's a win or loss. So I haven't looked at any of the astrology or anything like that of the games, but just doing a cold prediction off of the schedule release, I have them going 7-10, which is pretty similar to what I have them doing each year, like 9-8 or whatever, you know. Let's see. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. Most things, just have a discussion and counterpointing. Oh, yeah, for sure. I understand that. Yeah, because there's two sides to everything, right? Yeah. It's the polarity of it all. I mean, this world, that's what this world is the polarity of it all. So I'm glad that I didn't get a violation on TikTok. I'm not trying to do that. We're just having a discussion. Let's see. Look at hockey since they mostly took away fighting. Did they actually do that? I mean, now that you mention it, yeah, you really don't see that a lot anymore. I mean, because before it was like, all right, gloves off, let's go. There are more cheap shots on people now more than ever. It's because teams no longer have those enforcers to protect. Yeah. And I mean, shoot, we could go down the whole rabbit hole of people being programmed. And then, right, like at a moment, them being like turned on and like, okay, here we go. If you haven't heard of like MK Ultra or anything like that, you can, if you want, go down that rabbit hole. So, best Soylent Green line. It's people. Yeah, Soylent Green is made of people. Allegedly. But that's the line. Yeah, I've not seen it. I am familiar with it and the theory of it, but I have not seen it. But yeah, I mean, I love TV Pong. What do you mean? What? What's that? What do you mean? All right, it's 2:34, you guys. It's 2:34 Central Time. All right, I had been going for 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 20 seconds. 2:22. All right. So, when are you next going live? Probably another day this week just to promote the collab. I'm not sure yet. It would be cool to do prediction for the Lynx and Mercury tomorrow. They have a late game. But I am going to probably try to pop on Wednesday. I can't Thursday because I have animal communication class stuff on Thursday. So I can't Thursday. I'm going to shoot for Wednesday, if not tomorrow, to do prediction for Lynx Mercury. But I am going to try to do an astrology prediction for NBA Finals Game 1, which is Wednesday. So I'm going to shoot for either Monday or Wednesday, but definitely before Saturday. So, Judith, that's funny. And I thought I was pessimistic, right? And, like I said, when I was going through the weeks, stuff changes so quickly. Like the game of Survivor, right? I mean, that game changes on a dime. The NFL, day by day, week by week, anything could happen. You never know. It was a good movie. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know if I should maybe watch it. I don't know. Maybe I should. So. Very similar. All right. We're kind of close. 9-8. I'm pretty sure that's what I had the Vikings going last year was 9-8. And I think maybe the year before that. I can't remember when they switched to 17 games, how long it's been, and like I say every year, you guys, they can prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would love it. Prove me wrong. Go 11-6. Go 12-5. Go 13-4. Math is hard. Go undefeated. Do it. Prove me wrong. Then I'll shut up. I'm a skeptical Skoler, you guys. I am. And especially as I get older. And older, I'm just like, the skepticism, this might have to go in the garbage. But for right now, we're here. We're still hanging out. So it's hard to leave completely when you're born a Vikings fan, right? But That doesn't mean that I won't ditch them, right? But at the end of the day, of course, I want them to win and I want them to do well. But I'm going to call it how I see it because that's just how I roll. But all right, anybody have any final thoughts? And again, happy post full blue moon, everybody. Hope there was some revelation and some completions and illumination for everybody. It was in the sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, they like to go where the energy takes them. Adventure, maybe some higher learning, philosophy, maybe some travel for some people. But either way, I hope it treated everybody nicely. And the blue moon, again, is when there's 2 full moons in a month. So that's what makes it rare. But it's been fun today catching up. It's been a minute. But I think I'm going to pop off here. Go let Gigi outside. All right. She's been a trooper today. And it's been raining, so it's been a little bit of a rainy one, which means I'm just going to have to mow the lawn again. You guys, I swear I'm always mowing the lawn. It helps me get my steps in and stay active. And I played pickleball last Sunday. I did pretty good. But I swear I'm always mowing the lawn. And I have 2 bird feeders in back now. So that's kind of why I keep looking over here, because the birds, they go through that bird seed really quick, you guys. But it's fun to watch them. There's been 2 little yellow finches that have come over. They're so cute. But I'm going through the bird seed. Hotel Hell was better, where the farmer was making, slim. No, that's not good. No, that's not good, you guys. I don't eat. I'm not eating. I mean, I heard this somewhere else. I don't remember where I heard it or whatever, but on McDonald's, where they say, what is it? I don't know if it's millions or billions now, but it's millions and millions served or whatever it says. They don't specify millions of what? Millions of people served? The double entendre there? Allegedly, supposedly? Yeah. It's right there. In front of our faces. I mean, we could keep going down. We could keep going down the rabbit hole. The Super Bowl in itself is a whole, allegedly, supposedly, a ritual. Anyway. It's all a distraction, you guys. Polarity. Are we even real, or are we Sims? But if we are our own Sim, then we can put the cheat codes in, right? I think it was Control-Shift-C, and then you got the little bar on top of the screen, and then you did exclamation semicolon to get money, and then also Rosebud was a code to get money in The Sims. All right. Anyway. Right. But it's been fun today, you guys. Thanks for stopping through. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back this week. I'll try for tomorrow. Or if I don't go live, I might try to do the prediction for Lynx Mercury, or at least post a video about that. I'm going to at least try to aim for Wednesday to do an astrology prediction for NBA Finals Game 1. Former Timberwolf Karl Anthony Towns. I was really hard on Kat when he was with the Timberwolves, and I think he had so many years to prove himself as the leader, and it wasn't happening, and he did so much complaining and stuff with the referees. I'm not saying that. I've always said he's a good player, though, but with all of that being said, I will definitely still be rooting for Karl Anthony Towns. I hope he does well, and I mean, if the Knicks end up winning, good for him. That'd be awesome. And if the Spurs end up winning, kind of in turn, I guess that kind of makes the Timberwolves look a little better, I guess. But I really don't care who wins, but I'll try to pop on for that. And then again, next Saturday, look out for my collab. I'm not sure if it's going to be live or pre-taped, but Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. Go subscribe to them if you have not already. I put their channel in the description. So I'm going to be hanging out with those guys, talking Vikings this coming Saturday. But I'm going to say bye to TikTok first. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. Appreciate everybody joining, liking. Hopefully you'll be here on the next one. Take care. All right. I'm going to end over there. And then YouTube, Twitch peeps. Always good to see you guys. TikTok is telling me stuff. Anyway. I'll look at that later. So appreciate everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Hopefully it's a fun day. And hopefully I'll see you guys this week. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to shoot for Wednesday though. And then before Saturday. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys all later. Take care. Be good. All the things. All right, everybody. Till next time. Peace out. Bye.